So here we go. One last time for this ODI series in Australia. Bah, that's a nice way to sort of get the visuals rolling. The pitch, nice weather in Sydney. That's what Shubhayan and Rohit tell us. Nice weather in Sydney. Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma's last dance on Australian soil. Joining me this morning, Gargi Raut, Shomik Chakraborty, Bharat Ramraj, Shubhayan Chakraborty will also join us from outside the Sydney cricket ground. If you want to watch our Hindi broadcast, they've been already live for the last 30 odd minutes. So you can switch to that, and the Bangla broadcast will start in 15 minutes with Devashish Sen and Ogni. So that's what it is. Let's set it up. I mean, today is a lot of emotion, not so much the series that's done, dusted, but who cares? Look at this. Look at this right outside the Sydney cricket ground. This is what it means to the fans. Gargi Raut, start. You were there. Look at this. And it's all about emotion today for Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli.
I will never ever forget that day. I will never forget that test match the last time. We were all at the Sydney cricket ground. I think that practice session, you could cut the tension with a knife. It was that tense in that practice session. I remember that you gave me and Trisha the duty of going and watching Rohit Sharma's batting so we could write a piece about it. We could do a video about it. And me and Trisha, stood there right next to Rohit Sharma's net, and we couldn't believe what we were seeing. It wasn't Rohit Sharma that stepped into the nets that day. It wasn't Rohit Sharma at all, because the kind of shots that he was playing, he got bowled because he left a delivery that was in the stumps. He couldn't defend. Every defense shot that he was playing, it would hit the toe of his bat, and you thought, this is not the Rohit Sharma that we all grew up watching, or rather, this is not even the Rohit Sharma that we saw in the last practice session. And it was one of the most baffling sights to have watched. Then you step into that press conference where Gautam Gambhir is as stern as ever. And when asked about Rohit Sharma's inclusion in the team, he says, "We'll look at the pitch and decide." And he all gave us a clear hint of what was about to happen. Rohit Sharma dropping himself from the team. And I think this cricket stadium has become synonymous to that situation, to whoever was present there. I know yesterday as well, Rohit Juglan and Shubhayan spoke about it and said that when they entered, they could all feel it again, the kind of tension that was there the last time around. Will it be the same for Rohit Sharma is my question. Will all those memories come haunting back? Will he remember the fact that when he stepped out first for that practice session, he did not put his pads on? And that's something we had never seen before in the practice sessions. You went up to him and asked him, are you going to bat today? And he said, yeah, I'll just go in and quickly change and come back. And that's when he came back. And it was absolutely horrendous practice session for Rohit Sharma. But what I keep thinking about is, will these memories play in Rohit Sharma's head as he steps onto that field today? Will he think about the fact that the last time he was there, he had to drop himself from the team? It was one of the most important matches of the test series. And it was an absolutely, not electrifying is not the right word, but rather it was a very, very tense atmosphere in the dressing room, outside of the dressing room, and in the fraternity itself. Will he be able to overcome that? That's something we have to wait and watch. But Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli's last dance on Australian soil, I think the fans will be very emotional with this one.
Yeah, I mean, clearly that. Shomik, over to you. Gary, can you check if your internet can be a little better, because the pictures are a little blurry. All the visuals are a little blurry at this point in time. If we can get it better. Shomik, she set it up nicely for Rohit Sharma. Back-to-back ducks for Virat Kohli. It's about emotion. Yes, there is reason. There is always logic. He needs to play domestic cricket if he wants to hang around, if he wants to prove and all of that. That's pure logic and absolutely perfect logic. But sport is not just logic. Sport is also romance. Sport is also nostalgia. Sport is also emotion. In fact, sport is emotion. That's the whole point of sport. You create cult. You make these guys immortal. That's what sport is all about, Shomik. And today, all of these fans, come what may, forget logic, they will want Virat Kohli to step out there and score some runs.
This is exactly what Rajbhai used to tell us, and you know him, and you knew him better than the most. Rajbhai used to tell us that sport is not just about logic. Sport is not just about technique. It is your emotion and romance. So the thing is that, see, but I found something very interesting from Sunil Gavaskar's comment. Um, Sunil Gavaskar, I think yesterday or the day before, he said that I don't see Virat Kohli walking into a sunset on the hills of back-to-back ducks. Now, Sunil Gavaskar will not do kite flying. Um, Maybe he must be knowing something that we don't know. He must be, and it is expected, sort of. Remember, before the Asia Cup, when we all wrote off sort of uh, Sanju Samson, that Sanju Samson will not have a place in the playing 11, and Jitesh Sharma is there now that Shubman Gill is back. Sunil Gavaskar said, no, Sanju Samson will bat down the order. He will be part of the playing 11. And that was exactly what happened. Now, when Sunil Gavaskar is saying Virat Kohli is not going to go away on the heels of the back-to-back ducks, then uh, we have to read something into it. Maybe he knows something. Now, we all would like to see Virat Kohli scoring runs because not only just from the emotional point of view, but from the team's point of view, that number three, he owned that number three spot in 50 over cricket. And if he scores runs, that will help the team. Because suppose in the second ODI, if we would have gotten into the group, we would have scored a few, then India probably would have won the match. So that is very, that is very practical approach in terms of saying it. Can Virat Kohli do it? It would be fraught with risks to write off it someone like Virat Kohli or Rohit Sharma for that matter. And Rohit is coming into the game on the back of a half century and will carry the confidence. Virat Kohli will be low on confidence, whoever you are. On coming on the hills of back-to-back ducks, you would be low on confidence. But I expect Virat to make this Australian tour memorable with a special knock. I'm not very sure. My heart says yes, my head says no. And one final thing, suppose we don't know, Virat Kohli has a mind of his own, Rohit Sharma has a mind of his own. We don't know what will happen after the Australia series, whether they will hang up their boots or whether it. But there is South Africa one day series coming on. People might say that based on the performance, Virat Kohli should be dropped if he fails again because Tilak Verma is ready. And Ajit Agarkar said Tilak Verma was very close to making the side as far as the Australian squad, the squad for Australia ODI is concerned. Then again, you have to take into the account of the fact, yes, performance is the only denominator, yes, but Virat Kohli still has huge credit in the bank. So by dint of that, I think if he continues, he will get one more series or two.
Bharat, your thoughts?
Yeah, see, from Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli's point of view, if I look at Rohit Sharma, I feel that he's technically in a good space at the moment. That's a good sign for him because I felt that in the second ODI, the ball seemed around a lot. In those conditions, you need a little bit of luck. Let it be, even if you want to bring Don Bradman or Jack Hobbs or whoever it is, Harry Crowan or Wally Hammond from another time, they would also struggle in those conditions. So I think he looked in good space from this time he played that flick shot where he got his weight transfer right. I think he looked in. Technically in a good space. So it is good for him. And as far as Kohli is concerned, I think he's struggling against movement at present. But you won't get such conditions in some other countries in ODI cricket. I think this is a rare combination that you are seeing in Australia where they have gone retro. Basically, they've gone to another era where they're preparing pitches with sea movement and bounce. You could see even in those pictures, big photos that we saw today the pitch conditions. There's a little bit of grass left for this SCG game. So I think it will again nip around in the first innings. So that would be interesting to see. Yes, from If you look at the atmosphere, that's great to see electrifying atmosphere around the stadium. A lot of fans would come, Indian fans, and they would want to see Rohit Sharma and Kohli scoring runs. Hopefully, that would happen today, and then the fans can go back home feeling happy that they've seen Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli scoring runs in Australia for one last time.
You know what, Shomik, I'll go to Gargi on this, but frankly, the kind of grass and the kind of nip that I've seen in the last two games, I think is a bit of an aberration for ODIs. I mean, you generally don't do that because that kind of robs the format of the Perth, for example, was a farce. I mean, that kind of nip with so much rain around, it made no sense to me. Uh, Maybe they are preparing these decks for the Ashes. Ashes is the most important. They are getting these grounds ready. It's early season. November could have been better batting conditions. It's still late October. All of these things, but it has been a tad surprising to see this kind of juice uh, in the first two games. Not something that you usually associate with 50 over ODI cricket. It's not that India only. If Australia would have lost the toss, they would have struggled as well. So, frankly, this kind of juice, whatever the reason is, whichever team wins the toss is getting a bit of an unfair advantage. Shomik.
It is pretty early into the Australian season, and the southern monsoon hasn't subsided yet. So basically, gradually, and very few matches have been played. So if you play in October in Australia, the early part of the season, it is like the Ranji Trophy pitches are during the early part of our season. You will see a lot of freshness, a lot of juice on the pitches, on the majority of the pitches. So it's like that. And when it has been raining incessantly, you get very little time to prepare pitches. So we saw something similar when Australia played Pakistan in an ODI series last year. So I think, yes, you are absolutely right. Come November, the nature of the pitches will change, but I don't think so. I mean, they will deliberately keep grass because England are the flat track bullies. England are the flat track bullies, and whatever the baseball or whatever that is, uh, they are flat track bullies. They will never give England the opportunity to play on flat decks. So there will be grass, there will be lateral movement, and maybe in line of that, there is a directive also to the state associations from Cricket Australia that you prepare pitches along that line so that our players get used to. And now this one day series is an aberration, given that just three ODIs, and it is just an aberration. They are preparing for the Ashes. They are and in the lead up, the first class matches that would be played at those venues, and they want the Australian players who are in the reckoning or who would be in the reckoning to get used to the conditions. So this one day series is just an aberration, and they're not going to change anything for just a three-match ODI series.
And I just had a small point, just a few words on these conditions. I'll just add a point that even last year when Pakistan toured Australia, they left grass. I think this is something that they've changed when it comes to Australian conditions, the administrators. Because if you look at the scores in those matches, in the first match, Australia scored 190. Pakistan also scored about 190, and Australia won by 2 wickets. In second match, Australia were bowled out for 140. All those three games were low scoring games where the ball moved around considerably. So outside of those centers like Keynes and the other one Darwin, in all these main centers, Australia have been preparing grassy decks even for one day cricket. I think they've changed the way they play their cricket over the last 4 seasons. Even in Test cricket, we have seen that them preparing some grassy decks.
Shubhan, Bharat makes this point about Australia changing conditions and preparing grassy wickets. It's still early part of the season. What are you expecting? Once again, toss will play an impact, will have an important role to play, will have impact because from the photographs that you've sent, Gargi was playing those photographs. Once again, it looks and great atmosphere behind you, by the way. Once again, it looks that the wicket will have something. Yes, over to you, Shubhan. Set it up. I see huge number of people behind you. And the
I'll show
crowd
you.
is
I'll show you. It's absolutely party atmosphere. Weekend, people have their day offs. They know that this is the last time Rohit and
I think his internet has kind of acted up. He'll join a bit. Gargi, same question. I mean, This is real party. This is a Saturday. Sydney people generally will not work. People will come and enjoy this, and nice weather.
In terms of playing conditions, yes. When I saw the pitch, it was a fresh pitch. I asked the Cricket Australia official. He said it is the first time the first match is being played on that strip, and it's going to be fresh, and it is not surprising to me anymore, because the last time we were here during the Border Gavaskar Trophy, the kind of pitch Australia prepared for the Indian team, it was spicy. We all know what happened there. So in terms of pitch, it is again going to be a bit spicy. It is not the typical Sydney wicket where spinners used to get assistance. It will get better to bat on. It is a rock hard pitch. It will get better to bat on. But initially, again, as you said, the toss will play a very important role, and hopefully Shubman Gill will win the toss. I think we in ODI cricket we have lost 17 tosses on a row. So hopefully that streak will break, and we will put Australia to bat, and then we'll chase this down, because we are not only Roko's last dance on Australian soil, but more importantly, India will want to avoid a whitewash here and then go to the T20 Islands.
No, I'm very confident of the toss. It's Pooja at the toss today, so I'm very, very confident. It's not Shubman. So it's Pooja at the toss. So I'm 90% confident that India will win.
This is a lovely poster. This is a lovely poster manifesting this moment with the ODI World Cup. This is the T20 Photoshop with an ODI World Cup. So whichever fans I've spoken to, they are all saying that we want Roko to play the 27 World Cup. Thank you.
Nice.
One question I want to ask Shubhan.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, Shubhan, when you walked into the stadium, did it, sort of those memories of that day when Rohit Sharma had dropped himself out of the playing 11, did that sort of come rushing back to you?
Gargi, after keeping my bag in the press box when I was walking out, I handed over my tripod to Sandeepan Da and rushed straight to that area where Rohit Sharma was told that he wouldn't be playing in that last test. So that photograph is there, and of course, the nets area where Moriada had that interaction with Rohit, that "Arey batting karne kyun nahi aa rahe ho?" That all those memories were slowly coming back, and hopefully, as I said the last time, this stadium was not kind to us. We saw careers getting ended after that game, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we won't see the repeat of that this time around.
Yeah, I mean, it's sport is always about memories. And Gargi, you will also remember that you were called underage and not part of media when you were trying to enter. I hope you remember that as well.
It was somewhere around here only. And
exactly.
she looked at my...
It was just there. Shomik, I don't know if you know this. She was actually called underage and not part of the media. So that also needs to be recorded.
The person on the gate saw my acrid, and she was like, "This can't be yours. You look like 12." So I'm not sure if this is a fake one, but I'll let you go since you have it.
Anyway, this is unbelievable. What we are seeing. Let's do this. It's all blue, nothing yellow. It's an India home game is what we are seeing. Talk us through this, Shubhan. These are fantastic visuals.
Just look at it. I don't need to say a word. See the poster. See the poster behind. This is. See, we were talking about that Sholay video. 20 years of Sholay. This is a lovely poster.
By the way, Shubhan, who is Gabbar Singh here?
Hopefully toss bhi jeetenge hum log. Toss we will win the toss as well, hopefully.
But 20 years of Sholay, Shubhan, who is Gabbar Singh here?
I can't hear a word that you're saying, Somikda.
Who is Gabbar Singh here?
I'll tell you.
Who is the Gabbar Singh here?
Gabbar Singh role is changing. It was Bartlett in the second game. umpire in the match referee or whoever is the toss person, it is continuously changing. But look at this. If this is what sport doesn't want, then I don't know what it is about. This is pure
This is
emotion. Fantastic stuff.
this is epic. This is epic. This poster, I think, is the best of the day I've seen so far. I've seen a few posters here. 20 years of Sholay. Thank you, guys.
Correct?
So
20 years of
fans,
Sholay. Quick comment, Bharat. 20 years of Sholay. This is the emotion that sport is about here. Forget technicalities. Forget all of that for a moment. Look at these fans. Look at the joy on their faces. One last time in Australia. Bharat.
Yeah, this made me remember Sholay, watching Sholay somewhere in the 90s when Dharmendra and Amitabh Bachchan sang that song. So great to see all these emotions. Yes, I think Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli obviously are stars there. Those stars are the ones who bring fans to the stadium. And hopefully, at least from fans' point of view, both Rohit Sharma and Kohli will click today. Not just click today, they will go on to hopefully play in the 2027 World Cup as well. And going back to Sholay, what can I say? My father really loves that film, Sholay film. If he was here, sitting here, he would have really loved seeing that poster because he really loves all those dialects, Dharmendra's dialects from that film.
But Shubhan, tell me something. Hopefully, India, are you expecting any changes? Do you expect India to sort of leave emotion aside and make any changes for the final game? Give Jaiswal a game? Is that even possible? What do you reckon? I mean, will India make any real changes just to try and win? Set all of this emotion aside?
Boyas, batting wise, I don't expect any change. You mentioned Yashasvi Jaiswal, but I don't think he will get a game here. But people were speculating that Shubman Gill might be rested for this game, but he has just become the captain of the ODI team, so it doesn't make any sense to rest him here in this final game. And again, he has not got some runs in this series as well, so he would like to go out there and finish this ODI leg on a high. In terms of bowling, I can see a couple of changes. I'm not sure whether the Indian team management would do that or not, but I would love to see a Prasidh Krishna and a Kuldeep Yadav come here. Looking at the grass, I'm not sure about Kuldeep Yadav, but definitely Prasidh Krishna. See, we have seen Harshit Rana, Harshdeep Singh in the last two matches. Both have bowled well in patches. Harshit was decent in the last game, picked up wickets, scored some runs with the bat, but overall, consistently, if I have to rate them, I won't rate them anything above a 7. So they have had a okayish tour, okayish last couple of games. So why not bring in a Prasidh Krishna and see what he can do in these kind of pitches? Because after this series, you are not scheduled to play in such bouncy conditions. So give Prasidh Krishna a game and see whether if in 2027 in South Africa, although it's still 2 years away, but if Prasidh Krishna gets these kind of conditions, what he can do with the white ball. So I would love to see Prasidh playing in the coming into the playing 11. But in terms of Kuldeep Yadav, looking at the kind of grass STG has prepared for this game, it is a bit tricky whether Kuldeep will get a game or not.
Shubhan, I'll let you go. Join us back in about 15 minutes again for the final take. So I'll let you go. Thank you very much for joining. Yes, Gargi, thoughts? Prasidh Krishna, possible?
No, I was saying bye to him.
Okay, but take the question. That Prasidh Krishna question
Yeah.
is an interesting one. I'll go to Shomik on that as well. But why are you saying bye? He's going back in 15 minutes. You don't need to say bye so quickly. Anyway.
Okay. But yes, I do want to see Prasidh Krishna. I think 2 matches, we've seen Harshit Rana, we've seen Harshdeep Singh. But I think because this is a dead rubber game, anyways, this series was, did not mean as much. It was, a trial ground for Shubman Gill. It was a trial ground for Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. But at the same time, I think this is the right time to bring in Prasidh Krishna, because I think from the pictures that I've seen, the pitch looks very, very good. It looks very conducive for a bowler like Prasidh Krishna, who can extract a lot of bounce out of the surface with the kind of grass also that look, in this picture, you can see that there's a lot of grass on the surface as well. I think Prasidh Krishna would be a good fit on this surface. Anyway, you've tried out Harshit Rana, so it's time to bring in Prasidh Krishna and see what he can do on a spicy wicket like this.
Shomik, same question. Prasidh Krishna, give him a go. I mean, try different things. Kuldeep Yadav, possible. You've lost the series. So what? I mean, just give these guys a game. Try and understand what's going on. Shomik?
If India don't play Kuldeep Yadav in this game, they deserve to lose. I mean, this batsman up to number 8 bits and pieces players. It is you can get away with that in home conditions on the subcontinent. But in conditions where you need specialists, where you need specialist skill set, you will not get away with that. Australia are playing Adam Zampa. Kuldeep Yadav should play. He is India's second best wicket-taking option behind Jasprit Bumrah, and Jasprit Bumrah, in terms of Jasprit Bumrah, has been rested for this series. Irrespective of the conditions, Kuldeep Yadav should play. And India are not utilizing. I mean, you are saying Nitish Kumar Reddy is our all-rounder. He's fine. I don't have any problem with that. But he has been underbatted. He has been underbowled. In the first game, I will not take into account his bowling because it was a truncated affair. But he came way down the order in the first game. In the second game, also same thing, and he bowled only just 3 overs. So it doesn't add up. And I mean, Gautam Gambhir speaks about playing fearless cricket, having bits and pieces cricketers, and up to number 8, batting up to number 8. I mean, it is not. I'm afraid. I don't think, as far as I'm concerned, that is not fearless cricket. Kuldeep Yadav must play. That is number 1. And he should replace Harshit Rana. Yes, Harshit Rana contributed with a cameo in the last game, and that helped India go past 250. But he is mainly there as a fast bowler, and as a bowler, he is a liability. As far as Prasidh Krishna is concerned, the less said, the better.
Bharat, before I ask you, Shomik and Gargi, both of you, we lost Piyush Pandey, one of our best ever creative geniuses in the country. So if Piyush Pandey would have been asked to sort of sit at the gates of heaven and give us a line celebrating Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli's last dance, what would he have said, seeing these emotions? And he would have certainly given a line in Hindi. So I'm giving you both a chance to give Piyush Pandey the tribute. So give it a thought, 1 minute, and then come back with a line in honor of Piyush Pandey, celebrating this cricketing madness in Australia. What would Piyush Pandey have said in his booming voice? Somebody I have fond memories of. But Bharat, any changes in your team? Would you like to see? I know you would say Washington Sundar, but Prasidh Krishna, Kuldeep Yadav, 2 changes, even Jaiswal. Would you like to see any kind of changes in this side today?
Yeah, they can look at Prasidh. See, I understand he gets a lot of criticism, but if you look at his numbers, he's taken 29 wickets at 25 average, 22 wickets in 6 tests. That is basically 4 wickets per test. So he's doing all right for an inexperienced pace bowler, and I think he gets a little more bounce than Harshit Rana, who actually might get a little more C movement. But if you notice how they both bowled in the IPL, Prasidh took 25 wickets because he was offering less width, while Harshit Rana keeps offering width for some reason. I don't know what is happening behind the scenes, whether the management actually tells him that you can't offer so much width all the time, but he keeps doing that. So considering that, he can come into the equation. Kuldeep Yadav, I will definitely include him, but I don't know to what extent he can make a difference in these conditions with grass around. But I will take him as a wicket taker, and having 2 finger spinners in Australian conditions, in these conditions, is very much a liability. Akshar Patel anyway will play because he's someone who can bat in top 5, top 6. Washington Sundar is not a good finisher, so I won't take 2 finger spinners in these conditions. Only 1 finger spinner can play. So I would take out Washington Sundar and maybe being Prasidh for Harshit Rana.
Gargi, your thoughts on the playing 11 and any line have you thought of that Piyush Pandey would have loved to say, seeing exactly what you're seeing in front of you?
Starting off with the playing 11, I do want to see Kuldeep Yadav. I do want to see Prasidh Krishna because I think, like I said in the answer before as well, that this is a surface where Prasidh Krishna can bring his A game. This is a good time for the management to try him once again in Australia. So this is a perfect wicket for Prasidh Krishna and Kuldeep Yadav. As Shomik also said that if they don't play Kuldeep Yadav, they deserve to lose. But it's high time now that Kuldeep Yadav plays in one of these matches. He's been with the Indian team for so long, only found chances in the two test matches in India. But this is the time for him, for the management to try out both Prasidh and Kuldeep. I would want to see them in the playing 11.
Do you want to have a crack at the other question, or Shomik, you want to go first? Set it up, Shomik.
I
Set
think
it up.
Shomik would do it better.
Okay.
About Piyush Pandey.
Okay, 1 second. Nitish Kumar Reddy had an injury, quadriceps injury, so he's missing out and is unavailable for the selection for the third ODI. The BCCI team is monitoring him. So no Nitish Kumar Reddy, and the team is Shubman Gill, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Shreyash Iyer, Akshar Patel, KL Rahul, Washington Sundar, Harshit Rana, Kuldeep Yadav, Prasidh Krishna, and Mohammad Siraj. So Arshdeep Singh and Nitish Kumar Reddy miss out in this game. That's the update as far as the Indian.
We have the playing 11.
That's the playing 11. So once again, the Indian playing 11: Shubman Gill, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Shreyash Iyer, Akshar Patel, KL Rahul, Washington Sundar, Harshit Rana. Australia has won the toss, so even Pooja can't do much. This is disaster. By the way, one second. Australia is batting. So Pooja has done half the job. So Australia has won the toss and is batting. So Australia wins the toss and batting. So India will bowl first. That's the update that we are getting from the SCG. Australia have won the toss and will bat first. So you will see Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma in the second half of the innings when the pitch should get better for batting. 18 straight toss lost by an Indian side in an ODI setup. This is quite a record. All of you guys comment. Gargi, you go first. 18 straight losses.
This is an unreal record. I think after the show, I'm going to go back into I'm going to Google how many, if this is a record or not, because I remember when Rohit Sharma set the record of losing 14 straight losses in the toss. I think that was the highest. So this has got to be for a team to win back-to-back losses. I will have to go and check the numbers of what the highest streak is, because this is unreal. How does this even happen? Even the probability gods would not be able to sort of explain this. Does this mean that in the next 16 India is going to win all of it? I don't know. But I've never seen this happen before. Never, ever.
Shomik, India bowling first at least gives an opportunity for the faster bowlers to get in quickly. Prasidh Krishna gets a game. Seriously, that is the opportunity. In the first two games, that's when the ball nipped around. The pitch report, Shane Watson was talking about hard surface. There will be a bit of juice given the green, nature of the thing. So the Indian faster bowlers, whether it is Harshit Rana, whether it is Mohammad Siraj, whether it is Prasidh Krishna, should be able to use the conditions at least in the first 10-15 overs. Get into the Australian middle order, set the game up, push for a win, give the Indian fans some voice in Sydney. You'd want the Sea of Blue to have some voice. You are playing for them. Win this game and close out strong. Shomik Chakraborty.
They should, and they should if they bowl in the right areas. I'm a little surprised that Harshit, maybe it is a daydreamer and they want to experiment a bit. That's why Harshit, because Harshit in this series has been India's best fast bowler. So maybe it's just about rotation, and they have allowed him to pull his heels. But they should, given the conditions, and Australia also, because it is dead rubber, they have decided to bat first after winning the toss because they want to test their batting lineup in these conditions against the moving ball. So that may have played a part in their decision making in terms of electing to bat first. So hopefully, but I don't know. Except Mohammad Siraj, the other two bowlers have the ability to bowl in the right areas. I have my huge doubt, but yes, I'm very happy that finally, belatedly, belatedly the team management has taken the right call by including Kuldeep Yadav. Better late than never.
And Gargi says it's a record. Yes, Gargi, over to you.
Yes, so I have found some interesting numbers. This is India's 18th straight toss loss, and India have beat Netherlands in the bad luck department. But there are some interesting numbers. The rarity of this event is, and I give credit to Cricket It by Hindustan Times for doing the math. The chance of India's unique streak is 1 in 1,31,072.
See,
Wow.
The
Gargi, I
chances of
told
this
you yesterday, I told you the other day that it is way beyond the probability theory. You cannot, yeah, I mean, you cannot just explain it. But I would suggest the BCCI or whoever that um, incorporate Mohammad Azharuddin as just the toss representative in this Indian team. I know he has hung up his boots long ago, but get Mohammad Azharuddin in this side just as he would go out and do the toss, and you will win 9 tosses out of 10.
Well, actually, India should try various combinations. They should say we will send Shreyas Iyer as vice captain to toss.
Exactly.
We will send somebody else to toss. Try it out, because by then everything is done. You don't need to send Shubman Gill, because try everything out. But on a serious note, this is surprising. 18 straight tosses. But having said that, Shubman Gill has said at the toss he got what he wanted. That's what you want. Shubman Gill says we would have bowled first. We've got what we wanted, so job done. So we have to give credit to Pooja. She went into Mitchell Marsh's head, somehow managed to do that, and has given India what they wanted. So half the job is done. India should win this game and try and do something for fans. Bharat Ramraj, yes, you've lost the toss, but you've got what you wanted. Get in. So stop Australia at 250, whatever it is, and try and win the match. Imagine Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma winning the match with some decent contributions will give those Indian fans a hell of a Diwali weekend present, Bharat Ramraj in Sydney.
Yeah, fingers crossed. The Indian pace bowlers will get their lines right because one has to remember that Australian batters are very good with horizontal bat shots, especially the square cuts. Every single Australian batter who plays cricket seems to be pretty good at it. So, on these grounds with fast outfields, if Indian pace bowlers give a little bit of width again, then it could go wrong for the Indian team. Hopefully, they will get their lines straighter, a little bit straighter, bowling from just getting it to nip it back from outside off, slightly outside off, and that would help the Indian team to restrict the Australian side to at least under 250. From there on, India can chase it down because the conditions tend to get slightly better here in Australia, batting second, and that would hopefully bring Kohli and Rohit into play. Obviously, the onus will be again on the Indian pace bowlers here because uh, on these fast outfields, if they give a little bit of width, then it could go pear-shaped for the Indian team as well.
But you know what, Gargi, Shomik, Bharat, if you take a look at that Australian team, you will know that they want the 3-0 badly. Had it been that they are not taking this game with seriousness, Mitchell Starc and Josh Hazelwood would have been rested. They are already up 2-0. They would have rested Stark and Hazelwood and had given somebody else an opportunity. They are playing both the premier fast bowlers. Clearly, they want the 3-0, and they're taking this match with utmost seriousness. It's clear evidence. So, in that sense, Shomik, this is as important a match. International cricket is not cherry play. It's every game now matters. It's about national pride. It's a lot at stake. They will want the 3-0, and their team selection is evidence of that. Shomik, Gargi, Bharat, last 5 minutes on the show. Shomik, you go first.
Yes, I totally agree. International cricket is international cricket. We talk about date drivers and all, but the players play for pride. And when you are representing your national team, uh, no game can be inconsequential. You're absolutely right. If Australia would have taken this game lightly, they would have rested Hazelwood and Mitchell Stark. They are not doing that, which means they are unexpected. They have taken this game with utmost seriousness. So that is the thing. Um, let's see. India now have the opportunity of bowling first. How they bowl. Um, if India can restrict them to a decent score, India will salvage some pride. And once again, India also Despite they have lost the series, they are playing for pride. It would be interesting to see the backup bowlers, how they perform, and I think the selectors will also be keen to see how they perform. So we'll wait. And before going, I hope we will come back to the Piyush Pandey thing with our one-liners.
We'll close with that. But Bharat, Sydney has been a traditionally high scoring venue. So, yes, there is green, but given the value for shots here, 270, 280, close to 300, India would fancy chasing that down. This is a high scoring venue, all said and done. Runs are there for the taking. Bharat Ramraj, thoughts on that?
Yeah, I go back to that same point to get very fast outfields here. That's what I've seen at least over the last 25 years. Maybe before that, the outfields were a little slow, drier, but definitely it has quickened up over the last 2 decades or so. So you will get value for your shots. To start with, India will hope to restrict Australia under 250, but if it doesn't happen, if Australia get to 280, that can still be chased down if India get a good start. Anything over 280, I think then it could spell a little bit of trouble. But to start with, I think India's goal will be to restrict Australia to at least 250. But yes, 280 can also be chased on with the kind of outfields that you see at the Sydney cricket ground.
Gargi, question for you. I mean, Arshdeep Singh rested, Harshit Rana keeps his spot. That's a bit baffling if there is no injury concern, and clearly there is no injury concern because Nitish Reddy, BCCI has put out a medical thing. So Arshdeep Singh, is that once again a call for that late order batting because Harshit Rana keeping his spot ahead of Arshdeep Singh? Want to see Harshit Rana kind of do something to justify this kind of faith, because otherwise the clamor will keep growing and growing and growing. I mean, him retaining a spot is kind of talking point and will invite scrutiny, Gargi. And same thoughts, 270, 280 is what India should fancy, or because 300 has been scored in this particular cricket ground?
Yeah. Starting off with Harshit Rana, I think every single day, like you said, the discussion on why Harshit Rana is being given this long rope, has been given this long rope, it keeps getting vile. It's borderline abuse, but at the same time, Harshit Rana has to prove why he has been shown, why he has been given this longer rope. It is time for Harshit Rana. Last match, he proved that with the bat. Sort of proved that with the bat. I think he shut the critics up just a little bit, but there's a long way to go for Harshit Rana from here on. I'm quite surprised that it was Arshdeep Singh who was rested and not Harshit Rana, because I thought this pitch would be way more conducive for a bowler like Arshdeep Singh, who can move it both ways. But at the same time, like you said, it's always been about that cushion in batting. That seems to be the philosophy that the management takes on in these series. If he can come today as well and prove why he has retained his place with the bat and the ball, then I think he's done the job. On the scoring part, I think 280 would be a good total to chase. If India is able to restrict Australia under 280, I think they can do it.
That's what she says. Shubhan, your final comments? Pooja, half job done in the sense at least Australia is batting. So India will get the new cherry, and Prasid and people should show what they are made of with the new ball up front, because Australia got movement in the first two. And whatever help there is, Shubhan, set it up. Final comments. I'll close with Shomik and Piyush Pandey, but your final thoughts in a minute or so.
No, I think it's an interesting decision by Mitchell Marsh to bat first, but I can understand what he's trying to do. I was reading the pitch report, and Shane Watson was saying there's a bit of there are a few cracks which will open up as the game progresses. So maybe the pace bowlers, as we saw during the Border Gavaskar Trophy, they will try to exploit those vertical cracks in that SCG pitch. So I can understand what Mitch Marsh is trying to do, but I think. At least you are not facing the fresh pitch, the new ball, the early moisture that will be there. It's a huge opportunity for Prasidh Krishna, for Kuldeep Yadav, I would say, because he's among your wicket takers. We know what he can do. But for Prasidh, who is seen as your backup pacer in this setup, I think it is time for him to come out good and really show what he can do. He won't get better conditions than this to show what he's capable. Tall, hit the deck bowler, and hopefully he will go out there and bowl with intensity, the same intensity that we saw during the Oval Test the fifth day. I want to see that same Prasidh Krishna firing 145, 140 plus deliveries and troubling the Aussie batters, the same which Hazelwood has been doing, extracting those steep bounces of the surface. So hopefully Prasidh will do the same. Looking forward to the game now, and hopefully India will win this one and end this ODI leg on a high with a 2-1 score line.
So you go in, Shomik, your final comment with your tribute to Piyush Pandey.
No, looking at the visuals that Shubham has sent us, I think from up above, and if he's watching from up there, he would come with that one-liner, which Khas says in the game, and think about that St. Stephen's batting lineup. Piyush Pandey, Ram Guha, Rajinder Ramannath, Arun Lal, Amrit Mathur. How is that for a batting lineup?
Amazing, isn't it? I mean, the man played serious level cricket, Ranji Trophy cricket, and went on to become India's best creative mind. Unbelievable. And 70 is not an age to go. So Piyush Pandey, if you're watching from up there, all respect, love, whatever. Privilege to have done some little work with you at some point in time. But back to the game, India, can they salvage some pride and redeem themselves? Australia, first time batting in this series. Can the Indians do the job? We will be back mid-innings. Bharat Ramraj, Gargi Raut, Shomik Chakraborty, to everyone watching. Thank you very much. Roko's last dance in Australia. Can they make it count? We will see what happens. Thanks for watching.